Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes' Illuminati, a man who rules the world, takes on the head of the global elite in this all-new action-packed John Haynes series adventure. Get your copy of John Haynes' Illuminati in paperback and e-readers at Amazon.com and online booksellers everywhere. A beloved Florida schoolteacher wound up losing her life when her son stabbed her over 70 times.
Authorities say Emmanuel Espinoza drove 3 hours from the University of Florida to his mother's home in Frostproof. When his mother, Elvia Espinoza, opened the door to greet him, he began stabbing her to death.
Yes, tell me exactly what happened. I told someone. Okay, I've got help on the way.
That's the 911 call 21-year-old Emmanuel Espinoza calmly made after police say he stabbed and killed his mother, Elvia Espinoza. According to Polk County Sheriff's Office, the Premed student arrived to his mother's home on Deer Road just after 2 p.m. Saturday. Investigators say Emmanuel drove down from Gainesville to Frostproof to attend an event for his grandfather and was planning to stay at his mother's house. Police say when his mother answered the front door, Emmanuel stabbed her at least 70 times. Neighbors I spoke with tell me the small town is devastated.
Total shock and disbelief and just trying to think why.
Authorities say Emmanuel immediately called 911 and confessed, telling police his mother got on his nerves for years.
When we said, "Do you love her?" He said, "Oh yeah, I love her." "Do y'all get along?" "Yeah, 8 out of 10 we get along." But I've wanted to kill her for years, and I made up my mind as I drove from Gainesville. Today is the day.
46-year-old Elvia Espinoza was a mother of 3. She was a second-grade teacher at Ben Hill Griffin Elementary School. Her former students tell me she was sweet and encouraging.
She is the reason why I am semi-good at fractions and math. But she is the main reason why I want to become an astrophysicist.
To honor Miss Espinoza's life, students and staff were asked to wear bright colors on Monday. Parents tell me they will always cherish the positive impact she had on their children.
All the other teachers that knew her, her family members, and we want them to know that she's always been thought of. We always talked very fondly, about her over the years. I'm trying to get through this without crying, so yeah.
Investigators say Emmanuel has no history of mental illness or prior arrest. He's being charged with first-degree murder. I'm Polk County reporter Rebecca Petit, ABC Action News.
Now, according to reports, 21-year-old Emmanuel Espinoza allegedly drove 3 hours from the University of Florida, where he was a pre-med student, to go to an event to celebrate his grandfather at his mother's home. And as he arrived at his mother's home on Deer Road on a Saturday, he allegedly knocked on the door, and when his mother Elvia Espinoza opened the door, allegedly Emmanuel Espinoza stabbed his mother over 70 times until she was dead. And after murdering his mother, allegedly Emmanuel Espinoza allegedly called 911 and confessed to the crime and waited for law enforcement to arrest him for murdering his mother. Now, the Florida police see this as an isolated incident, but when I take a critical examination of the alleged actions of Emmanuel Espinoza, they fit the pattern and profile for beta males that I talk about in my book, The Man Crisis. And according to reports, Emmanuel Espinoza allegedly planned to kill his mother for years, proving a point that I make in The Man Crisis about the anger of beta males, because what happens with many beta males is that many beta males seethe and simmer in anger for many years before eventually winding up to explode in the rage and take out their rage on the person they're angry with. And many of those people, like Elvia Espinoza, never know that this male is seething with this anger, because oftentimes when these males are angry, they take their anger not to the real world to express their grievances towards the individual they have an issue with. No, they go to a place I talk about in The Man Crisis called the secret world to express their anger and frustration, especially towards women. Now, when it comes to a lot of beta male boys, a lot of beta male boys seethe with anger on the inside, and they seethe with anger on the inside because these males are frustrated because they believe they are not getting their needs met by their mothers, and that's why they wind up seething with anger. And I believe in the case of Emmanuel Espinosa, he was seething with anger because he saw his siblings getting their needs met, and he also saw this second grade teacher meeting the needs of other children. And because he saw these other children receiving the attention he wanted, this is what led to him seething with all of this anger towards his mother and wanting to come up with this possible plan to take the life of his mother for not looking to meet his needs in the way he wanted them met. That's what I believe is the motive for Emmanuel Espinosa to plan the murder of his mother. And I believe he wanted to plan the murder of his mother because he wanted to express his anger towards his mother because he felt like he wasn't getting his needs met. But in actuality, I believe what was happening with this male was he was basically spoiled by his mother, because for this male to be 21 years old, going to a top university and going for a pre-med degree shows that his mother was looking to take care of his needs. But when it comes to the beta male, just taking care of their needs isn't enough. No, the beta male in many cases wants to be the center of a woman's attention, which is his mother, and he wants to be the one that the world revolves around. And that really shows how the beta male has no real concept of reality, because many beta males, they oftentimes live in rose-colored realities. Again, a world that looks and feels like our world. However, it's not the real world, because in the real world, oftentimes when a boy grows up to become a man, he doesn't harbor resentment towards his mother for looking to meet the needs of others, because he understands that at one point it's up to him to meet his own needs and look to move his life forward. Unfortunately, when it came to Emmanuel Espinosa, based on the information provided, it looks like he wasn't looking to meet his own needs and be a man. No, he was seething with anger towards his mother, and as he seethed with anger towards his mother, instead of him looking to move his life forward and look to celebrate the life of his grandfather, what he did was use this as an opportunity to look to get revenge on his mother, and look to get revenge on his mother for not looking to meet his needs and make her pay for not meeting his needs the way he wanted them met. That's what I believe was, again, part of that motive for the murder of Evia Espinosa. I believe what was the motive for murder was this Emmanuel Espinosa just being ungrateful for all his mother had provided for him, and him looking to get revenge on his mother because he wanted to again be the center of attention, and this way he could be the center of attention in one blaze of glory where he could get the attention he finally wanted by taking the life of his mother. And instead of him being on the road to being a pre-med student and on the way to being a doctor that his mother could celebrate and his family could celebrate, what's happening now to Emmanuel Espinosa is he's gone from being on the road to success because he became his own worst enemy. And as he became his own worst enemy, he wound up derailing his own success as related to graduating from this pre-med program to med school, and now he's going to be graduating from going to college to going to jail. And if he's convicted for the crime he's confessed to, he will be going from being in college to a school of hard knocks. And in that school of hard knocks, he's going to have to deal with the authority of the COs and also deal with the social pecking order of Bubba, Tiny, Roscoe, Big Dave, Melvin, and Mr. Sprinkles. And they are going to be performing a special kind of surgery as they trade him for Little Debbie snack cakes, ramen noodles, packets of Crystal Light lemonade, packets of Crystal Light tea, Taster's Choice coffee, off-brand fruit punch, off-brand lemon lime drink, off-brand orange drink, off-brand grape drink, off-brand Oreo cookies, off-brand duplex cookies, off-brand vanilla wafers, off-brand ginger snaps, off-brand sugar wafers, Kit Kat candy bars, Snyder's pretzels, Hunt snack pack puddings, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies, and after they wind up trading him his front side and his backside, turning the tight end into a wide receiver, Mr. Sprinkles is gonna step in and glaze up the front side and the backside, and then split the cheeks open and show us the backside looking like the inside of a glazed donut. And after he gets glazed in the backside, he's going to be forced to wash the skid mark jockey draws of Mr. Sprinkles with a toothbrush. And as he's washing that skid mark out of the back of Mr. Sprinkles' draws, what this young man at 21 years old will regret is taking the life of the one person who truly loved him, his mother. And as he's in that penitentiary, regretting taking the life of his mother as he's getting turned out by all of the dudes inside of the penitentiary, he's going to rue the day that he threw away everything his mother worked to give him, because it will be then, as he's getting his backside, getting that shot of hot beef injected into the backside, where he will realize that he basically threw away the good life his mother planned for him, because as a beta male, he couldn't appreciate what his mother was doing for him, because when it comes to beta males, a lot of them are spoiled, and they don't appreciate the sacrifices mom makes for them. They don't appreciate the hard work mom puts into investing in them, because in the case of this pre-med student, Mama invested in trying to make him a man, but because this man in crisis couldn't appreciate everything his mother did for him, what he did was go out and look to throw a middle finger up at his mother by taking her life, and now they'll be taking his dignity inside of the penitentiary, and it's only when he's inside of that penitentiary getting turned out for a couple of months that it will finally dawn on him that he basically threw away a good life, because he was in his feelings about how his mother wasn't there for him. But now that his mother will be gone, this dude will possibly wind up appreciating what his mother did for him, if he's not too proud or too stupid, because what this boy basically wound up doing was throwing away a chance at a promising life as a man to wind up on the road to becoming a man in crisis. Now, if you want to learn what motivates beta males to participate in this dysfunctional life paradigm that takes them on a road to self-destruction, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format. You can also find The Man Crisis at other online booksellers like Draft the Digital, Google Play, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, and Target. And if you'd like to see me make more videos about the Man Crisis, you can send a donation to the Patreon, the PayPal, or the Cash App by clicking the links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback. From the author of the critically acclaimed book, The Man Crisis, comes The Woman Crisis. Learn why so many women have become lost in their quest to have it all in The Woman Crisis. Get your copy of The Woman Crisis in paperback at Amazon.com and online booksellers today. Support Black-owned and Black-operated digital broadcast media. www.niceradionetwork.com. Nice Radio Network, broadcasting 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.